Mega Man 2 is not a good Mega Man game. The Game Boy version! This game's also known as Mega Man World 2. Okay, so if you know anything about this game, it's the music. It sounds like... and like... and like... yeah. The compositions aren't bad, but the music itself through instruments and its chosen pitch is ear-grating. I actually played an improvement patch to change the music, and we'll be using, quote, fixed music throughout the video for your listening experience. But yeah, most Mega Man fans know this game has odd music. But beyond that, this game is just off. So like, when you get an important power-up in a Mega Man game, it should sound like this. Now, it's a Game Boy, it doesn't have to sound exactly the same, but when you get an extra life, it's the Mario coin sound, and then an E-Tank is just... like, that's weird. But okay, odd sound design doesn't doom a game. Let's look at graphics. Some of the graphics just look off. So these guys look like this in Mega Man 3. They are tiny here. And then Rush is all off too. The Jet is small, and then when you use the coil, he makes a very weird face. There's also just a strange lack of polish in places. So, in Mega Man, when you have a throwing weapon, usually Mega Man has a throwing sprite. But here, he just shoots it out of the buster. And for multi-directional attacks, this looks especially weird. But the funniest bit is probably Dr. Wily. Like, what happened? He doesn't always look like this. There's a bunch of tiny things that sort of add up to death from 1,000 paper cuts. But that's just presentation. Gameplay is obviously the most important part, and this is certainly a Mega Man. There's a lot of stuff taken from the NES without much thought. Like, you have these moving platforms in Clash Man stage, right? But the Game Boy screen is smaller, so you can just jump past. And then inexplicably, Clash Man stage also just has these two really precise jumps. And then there's random odd physics quirks. When you get hit in this game on a ladder, if you just hold up, you can keep climbing up the ladder while you're hurt. And then knockback also just feels off, although that's not exactly a bad thing. But the game isn't unfair. Oh no, it's actually the opposite. It's way too easy. It hands out extra lives and E-Tanks to you like candy, and the metal blades are even more busted than in Mega Man 2. The second half of this game has Robot Masters from Mega Man 3, which is cool, but the metal blades are still insane here. It's really easy to just pile on power. So you end up with a Mega Man game that's kind of boring because nothing really challenges you. And then there's the most disappointing part. Quint. Here's a cool idea. Dr. Wily made a time machine and brainwashed Mega Man in the future. So you might be expecting a cool fight against an alternate Mega Man, and instead, he fights you with a pogo stick. And it's really easy. Like, Quint is supposed to be this game's unique thing, and he's treated like a joke. It's insane missed potential. Quint could be so much more, and then your reward for beating him is the stupid pogo stick. It's not even fun to use. So, I've complained a lot about Mega Man 2 Game Boy. And yet, I always come back to this game. There are other Mega Man games that I would say are more fun, but Mega Man 2 GB has a really unique appeal. It's a Mega Man game you can steamroll. The easy difficulty is kinda boring, but I don't know. Sometimes I just like running through levels without much obstacles. I can just hold forward and shoot. It's not as rewarding as other Mega Man games since the challenge isn't as high, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel happy whenever I got a new weapon. There are all those presentation quirks, but they're kinda charming. They give this game its own identity. Quint is wasted potential, but him fighting on a pogo stick against you is something only this specific Mega Man game could do, because it feels so disconnected from the rest. And while the music on original hardware is grating, if you use an improvement patch or tough it out, there's some pretty good songs. It's more somber than other Mega Man soundtracks, which is cool. Whenever I'm at an airport and I'm waiting for a plane, I usually bust this game out. I can beat it in around 40 minutes, which I can't really say about other Mega Man games since I usually lose a few lives in those. And then the final stage is like a time travel lab, with all these weird clocks in the background. And you gotta use that stupid pogo stick, and then you absorb the final boss's Happy Missile, and Mega Man uses it in the cutscene, and the game ends, and like, this game feels different. And I wouldn't say for the better. But, with its ease of play and unique identity, I just always come back to this game. Yeah, playing other Mega Man games would be more fun, but if I play this one, I know I'm beating it in one sitting. And I like that. That's why this is my guilty pleasure Mega Man game. Hey, if you're from Megapig for Mega Man, then I'll probably be talking about games more in your wheelhouse on Mega Yoshi. So please subscribe here if you're interested.